105 through the Fan YouTube channel, Kevin Gray, alongside 1/4 of the K&C Masterpiece. Kevin Hageland joining me right here on the 105 through the Fan YouTube channel. Cowboys go down 23-9, Kevin, to the Philadelphia Eagles. Before we got on, the Dallas Cowboys now 0-8 against the spread this year in the NFL.
Third team since the AFC NFC merger to go 0-8. And in case people are curious, since the other day Corey goes, well, when the hell was that? That was in 1970. So the third team in the last 50 years to go 0-8 against the spread. Really could have used that touchdown at the end there, DiNucci.
It's so funny because I think everybody was waiting with bated breath to see if the Cowboys would actually score a touchdown. Not because they were going to win the game, but just because I'm sure there were lots of people who had lots of money on the line in case they scored.
I know one of those people who may or may not be a part of my show. They were happy with the outcome, I do believe.
Okay. Well, the Cowboys forced 4 turnovers against Carson Wentz, 2 interceptions. Trevon Diggs has his first 2 career interceptions tonight. They also forced 2 fumbles, but yet lose the turnover or do not win this football game. You would think anytime a team would turn a team over 4 times, they would win a football game. But most of those times they don't have a 7th-round quarterback, rookie quarterback starting for the other football team.
And, this really takes away one of the key narratives that has been discussed, like especially with Steven, and we'll have Steven on Monday. It's just well, we keep losing the turnover battle. All right, well, you forced 4 turnovers tonight. It cannot conceivably – all right, I think you'll be with me here. It cannot conceivably go better for the Cowboys turnover defensively wise than it did tonight, and you still lost by 14 points to a garbage team. Make no mistake about it. That is a bad Philadelphia Eagles team. I want to stop all these nonsensical articles I'm reading that look out for the Eagles to do what? That team is terrible, and they smoked us despite turning the ball over 4 times. What else do you need to know going into Tuesday? I will say this, Kevin, for just in the case of honesty, it is possible that I tweeted out, Trevon Diggs will get better, right? And then he had 2 interceptions. So what I would like to try to claim here is that I said right, thus insinuating that I knew he would get better because of the question mark. But in reality, his 2 interceptions made me look like a fool, which is fine.
No mistake about it. Look, I also tweeted out myself, number 27 is the mark. And I was referring to Trevon Diggs because the Eagles were picking on Trevon Diggs early and often. And honestly, they continued to pick on him because Travis Fulgham wound up scoring a touchdown on him anyway, even though he had the 2 interceptions, prior to that. So they were picking on number 27 all night long.
And that's a stupid strategy. All right, let's just go ahead and lay this out for the rest of the season. And if you don't know this already, your OC should be fired. Probably your head coach too. Just don't throw the ball. Just run the ball against the Cowboys every single time. You seen that running defense? Oh, my Lord. I feel like I want to see us jump up and celebrate when we stop a run play after 4 yards. So, just run the ball every time, and teams will destroy us.
Yeah, Tyron Crawford was not good tonight, not at all. Hamilton, not good at all. The run defense in general was not good. I will say 1 star for me on the defensive side. Your man Tank, DeMarcus Lawrence last night, I thought, look, I know he was going up against a compromised offensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles, but I thought he played fantastic football tonight. His motor was there all night long, I thought.
In terms of his motor, the chase down on the little dump off screen pass, I thought was pretty awesome. I know the sacks will make the headlines and everything like that, but I thought that rundown tackle right there was really good. People started asking me if I'll start calling him Tank. I'm going to stick with DeMarcus Lawrence for now, but that was definitely a good game. I mean, it's just a shame because whenever we win the line of scrimmage, it's almost always DeMarcus Lawrence or Aldon Smith that does it, right? How many other players can you list on this team that you recall winning the point of attack more than once, twice a game? It's bad.
Yeah, and you could see at points, I think they were splitting reps between Randy Gregory and Alden Smith. I think Chris Collinsworth even mentioned that he doesn't feel like something is right with Alden Smith. You haven't seen the same explosiveness that you may have seen the first 3 or 4 games. I'm not sure if you feel the same way or saw some of the same things.
And that's fair, but also in the first half, I did notice it looked like I couldn't tell if it was his foot or his shin that got rolled on.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was definitely like hitting it and pointing at it when he was getting up. So I don't know if that like even further accelerated the plan to kind of split their reps. But I mean, look, like he's been awesome. This has been a magical story. It's been 5 years since he played football. Like the fact that he's gotten this far already is astonishing to me. So if he needs a breather, look, Alden Smith, you're aces with me this season. I got a lot of beefs to pick with this team, but he's good to go with me.
Turning our attention to the offensive side of the football, it was Gucci DiNucci time, but then DiNucci goes 21 of 40 for $180. No touchdowns, no interceptions, but you could tell that the moment at times was really big for him, staring down receivers. I don't know what it was. I don't know if him and Michael Gallup exchanged gifts this week or what, but right. Michael Gallup was his favorite target all night long.
A couple of things about DiNucci. Like, first of all, anytime you throw the ball 40 times and your takeaway is 180 yards, that's a bad night. And, like, that doesn't all fall on him. But a couple of things that do fall on him. Again, first start, not planned at the beginning of the season or anything like that. But he throws the ball sidearm a lot, yet when he has to roll out to his left, he seems to not understand that he can always switch hands and toss the ball out of bounds if he wants to save like 5 yards. There are at least 2 plays where he just kind of like lazily moseyed out of bounds, and I was like, just toss the ball out there and don't lose that 5 yards. And then the other thing, and this makes a lot of sense for a rookie quarterback, holding the ball way too long, especially like going into this game. Again, we'll talk about the OCs, the offensive line coach. You have to say, if you count to 3 in your head, don't have the ball in your hand anymore. I don't care what you think is happening. Do not, because you look in the first half, obviously, he cost them that potential field goal. Mm-hmm. They got that bogus call in the fourth quarter that led to the Philly touchdown, which I still don't understand how that stood. But, like, those 2 plays right there are responsible for costing the Cowboys 3 points and giving the Eagles 6 points. So, like, that's a big swing. In a game that was 14 points, that's 9 points right there. And those are direct effects of his mistakes. He was holding the ball too long all night, and then he sailed several passes on a couple of times when we had wide receivers that were open.
Yeah, and it was interesting because the Cowboys came out with a lot of trickeration. You saw some wildcat. You saw some reverse. We were like, whoa, what is all of this? Reverse? The double reverse to CeeDee Lamb. I was like, whoa. And Ben DiNucci was the lead blocker in that play. I was like, this is what we're doing to create some plays here? Okay, let's just roll with it, I guess. That's how I felt.
Right?
Yeah, I did. I was like, let's just go with it. I mean, YOLO, why not?
Heck yeah. Look, something that I thought was, I know the points weren't there, but hell, if this wasn't a lot more fun offensively to watch than the last 2 games. The troubling thing, and I know we started about this, and I can't help but go back to this. I really, really can't. And, like, we'll ask Steven this tomorrow, is, like, the team is 2-6, and I get that, and I get how bad this division is, but you just got worked by a team that's bad. And the week before, you got beat down even worse by a team that is bad. You are 2-6, and you are getting crushed by teams that are bad. What is it the last 2 weeks against 2 bottom 10 teams? They've lost by a total of, I think, 39 points or something along those lines. I mean, you need to, if there's anybody you're even thinking about that people are interested in, sell. That's what I want. You're not going to fix this season. There's a whole different question about next season. I know people are hyped about the offensive line coming back. We can discuss that at another point. If there's any, especially short-term asset you have, sell it.
What is your 1 or 2 takeaways from this game that as you go into this week's preparation? Obviously, the Cowboys are going to be hosting the Steelers next Sunday afternoon at about 3:30, of course, on 105 through the Fan. What are the things that you're going to be thinking about as the Cowboys now move on to take on the Steelers from this game, if anything?
One of the things I just can't get over, yeah, there's always something to think about from this Cowboys game, better or worse, right?
Right.
One of the things I just can't get over is that 3rd and then 4th and 2 sequence where Zeke isn't even on the field for the 4th down, I believe, is like the Cowboys keep talking about who their leaders are and who their playmakers are. How is one of your playmakers not on the field then? Like, even if it's not a running play, he can't chip or he can't pick up a block. He can't spin off for a screen pass in case a coverage breaks down or whatever. Like, if you're going to talk about, like, the Cowboys talk about Jalen's a leader, Zeke's a leader. Then how come Zeke's not on the field when it matters sometimes? And how come Jalen is always the guy trailing a play that you wish got made? Like, those are the things. I get that you want them to be leaders because you paid them a lot, but that doesn't make them leaders. And I really wish we would look at that harder.
It's going to be another interesting week for the Dallas Cowboys as they lose 23-9 to the Philadelphia Eagles, falling to 2-6 on the season. The Philadelphia Eagles now 3-4-1, have a stranglehold now on the
Look
NFC
out.
East
Man,
division at this point.
6 wins, get it done?
Maybe. I mean, all you need to do, if you're the Philadelphia Eagles, all you need to do at this point is just win your division games, and you're going to make the playoffs. That's all you have to do. If you do that, you're going to make the playoffs. So, and I think they lost one already to Washington. So they have one game to get back against Washington.
I predict they win at 6-9-1, and they take the division down.
Take the division, yeah. So the Cowboys host the Pittsburgh Steelers next Sunday afternoon. Oh, boy. They welcome.
Let's put the point spread at 14.
Oh, man. I would probably go 17.
Wow,
and that's with
home game,
yeah,
man.
And that's with Andy Dalton most likely coming back.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Look, they're facing Minkah Fitzpatrick, who's probably looking to intercept a few passes. Ben Roethlisberger,
best team in the league, probably too, right?
Yeah, 7-0 now. Yeah, I would say so. They're right up there. So, good luck for the Cowboys this coming Sunday. You can hear Kevin Hageland alongside Corey Majors and Mike Bassick and super producer Reginald Atatula every single day, Monday through Friday on 105 through the Fan, the K&C Masterpiece. Kevin, thank you so much for the time and looking forward to this week's show, sir.
Heck yeah. Don't forget, trade deadline 3 p.m. Tuesday. So if something happens, probably be during our show.
Awesome. Appreciate it, sir.
Later.